Why would you give yourself away like that, though? As much as I loved this scene and wins the hecking heck out of it on Anime Wins, it does make me curious as to why they bothered to send all of the others after them from the rear when they had the #1 hero in front with such violent levels of insane power. What?! Wait, does that mean he preemptively placed 2 of those balls in between the guys and the girls, assuming they would try and hit on them and need restraining? Does that mean he threw the balls there, since he's in front of the girls right now? Seems unlikely! I think the more troubling aspects here is a parent who allowed their child to drift 70 meters away, and this dude didn't manage to catch on till he started to drown. What are you doing with your life, bruh? How are so many things going wrong in this relatively small beach town all at the same time?
#1 ヒーロー。平和の象徴と呼ばれたあなたは事実上引退。
Exposition though, since he'd know that he, as the #1 hero and symbol of peace, is effectively retired, since he's the #1 hero and symbol of peace and is effectively retired.
公認が来るまでの間、お前らが代理でヒーロー活動を行う。
職場体験でもインターンでもない。本物のヒーロー活動。
You assume? I mean, you could arrive there and it's a super peaceful island with naff all going on, and you twiddle your little thumbsy. Stop assuming things, boy! I'm looking but nothing. Any boobs near you? Yeah, I think I see some over here. Checking it out! Heck about his laser and her acid would equal an explosion like that? Also though, it's incredibly accurate to destroy all the fallen debris and nothing else.
じゃあ、弟さんを見つけてたんだね。よかった。
迷子探しに1時間もかかるってどういうこと？
迷子を探すのが遅いって叱られちゃった。
は？何それ？
勝間くんが無事お姉さんに会えて。
Wait, so was she searching for him and actively doing so while running a clock, then found him and hung around out of sight until someone turned up? Or did she plan to leave him, tell him she's leaving, call the heroes, start the stopwatch, and then hang around out of sight until someone turned up? Sounds like a lot of work. You may as well have just called and waited if the plan was to test how long they'd take anyway, but Midoriya seems to be under the impression that it's option 1 I just gave, and this makes no sense.
ナブ島の人口は1000人。ここ30年の事件は些細なものばかり。まあ、問題はないでしょう。
It seems odd and slightly unlikely that after everything they've been through, all the attacks and leaks and such, that they're choosing to have no contact with the students while they're on the island. Like, this could be a time where they could easily target Midoriya and or Bakugo once again, like in Season 3, and no one at the school would seemingly even be aware.
1365
Where did the book disappear to, though? Bruh, how is that not against the law? Video chatting with his kids behind the wheel. He deserves what's coming to him, man. He could have taken someone out on the road.
目いっぱいお土産。お
Okay, it feels incredibly unlikely that he could be smashed out of his car while wearing a seatbelt no less, and yet somehow end up on the road pretty much unarmed and out of the vehicle.
ただ、今回の被害者はヒーローではなく一般人。
しかも身元のわかるものが全て奪われている。
dental records?
が何なのか知られたくない。なぜ隠す必要が。
That seems incredibly unlikely and risky.
昨日もヴィランが出たって言ったらヒーローは怖がって助けに来ないって言うから。
That girl's logic is so dumb. She actually says they'd be too scared to come save him. So she sends him to the heroes, where all they gotta do is say, stay inside the house, and boom, he's saved. This girl don't know what she's doing.
そうなんだ。僕は困ってる人を助けるヒーローになりたいんだ。
困ってる人を助ける。
For the first and only time of the video, no.
防波堤がなんでフェリー
何？どういうこと？
As opposed to covertly approaching the island.
キメラ、マミー、邪魔をされたくない。陽動を頼む。
やり方は
Also though, I'm no boatologist, but would you be able to turn that huge ferry on its side so quickly before it touched land? Of course, if that's due to one of their quirks though, I'll happily remove the sin.
ヒーローにしては若えな。
I feel like those rocks he picked up are way bigger by the time they land. Like, this doggo dude is normal height from what we've seen. The rocks aren't taller than he is, but when he throws them, they're massive. And Ojiro is one of the tallest members of the class. I hate it when I get grabbed by my head and my arms suddenly stop working. Oh wait, that doesn't happen. Punch him! How though? Oh, he's clearly reading the quirks then. Never mind. Dude, it's so weird that they've been fighting for probably a solid 5 minutes at the very least, and yet still there are parents with their kids on the beach. Like, bruh, you don't have to have a hero say go away from the danger. You're a parent, just go away from the danger. Walk in the opposite direction. Do something. Loads of wins on the wins version, but on here, giving yourself away before you attack cliche.
来たぞ。3人。装ルと固
I know she's only older sistering, but it's extremely premature to be placing your arm out in front of him when there's still like a solid few minutes walk away from the castle where you are. Let's be real, her arm will just get tired and then she'll rest it back down at her side like a silly goose, making the whole gesture pointless.
残りの資質全てを使ったこれが私の最後の一撃ですわ。
Extremely awesome scene, but also extreme levels of exposition there since she's all but talking to herself.
ヴィランに個性をつかませろ。撃ちまくれ。
Two people complete one full sentence together cliche with internal monologue. Now that is a rare one.
ダークシャドウは
前だけ見てろ。分かってる。
Clearly not though, because you weren't paying attention and had to be saved, you silly goosey goose you.
単調な攻撃を繰り返したのには意味がある。俺の足、そして霧島君の手にはアスイ君が作った毒性の粘液が塗られていた。
Just in case though, why would you risk telling them all of that right there?
たちの任務は勝間君たちの護衛だ。
テク兄ちゃん、覚悟。
Thank God you two are both there though, because who on earth else would be willing to keep saying those two names all the time if not for you?
逃げろ。走れ。
二人とも逃げた。
I think the most annoying thing about this movie that could still be easily chalked up to, in fairness, those two being scared kids, but basically for me, it's them never doing as they're told. Like, when Midoriya fought Nine the first time, he told them to run and they did, but then when he was injured, they just came back. Now they're being told to run, and I'm willing to put my money on that they're still there after all of this. No extra sin here, but yeah. See what I mean?
こいつの命が惜しければこちらに来い。終われるはずはない。この程度で。
And like, last sin on this, but ironically, had they just gotten up and ran off, he probably wouldn't have even made it to them. If they'd just done as they were told, he only powered up because they then came after him.
どんだけピンチでも最後は絶対
勝つんだよ。助けるんだ。
As amazing as this scene is, it seems very weird that Midoriya remembered the exact words that Bakugo used all of those years ago and then was able to repeat them back at this time.
ワン・フォー・オール・ジョートの件をかっちゃんは全く覚えてなく、ワン・フォー・オールは今も僕の中にある。
Well, that seems incredibly convenient, but alright. Well, that's going to do it for this video, ladies and gents. If you're after all of my thoughts and feelings on the movie, then be sure to pop on over and check out the Anime Wins version. You can also hit me up on Twitter or my Discord to chat with myself and other fans of the channels. If you fancy helping me, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. Of course, you can also leave a comment to be extra helpful. If you want to really help out, please consider pledging on my Patreon and supporting the work I still do entirely alone. Link down below for that. Thanks so much for watching and always supporting what I do. Couldn't do it without you. And of course, I'll see you all next time or in Season 5 when it's released. Nathan Bird, Bird Without a Word, Arias Alibari, Aidan White, PK Fan, Ali 50, Ryan Anderson, Isael Caldera, Chris Harris, Yola Stahl, Manolo Saucedo Munoz, Luis Hernandez, Joe W, Yuki Ali, Emmanuel Morales, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Sentimento, Jeffa6263, Silva, Master Tank, Boogie, Aurora, Kevin Nelta, Stefia, Brendan Kriya, Storm 970, Spirit Spinner, Mr. Waffle 64, Theodore Quackens, Kaj Vorzelman, Jordan Samuels, Humye, Crimson Shadows, Fourier, Kyle Farmer, Buzzbomb 3000, Mr. Beragino, Console Peasant 12, Adora Blue, Yagai 7636.